Hi, I'm Susan Hoover and I'm coming to you today from Malaysia and the beautiful city of Malacca. Malacca is known for a few things, and one of it is its wonderful history. And so coming to this town, there's always so many historical things that you can see and learn and discover. So when people hear that name, Malacca, there's usually a few things they think of. Could be the history, it could be the cuisine, the specialty foods and some things here, but there's something that will come to mind. And as I was coming to this town here yesterday, I was thinking about how that's so true with every place or person or thing here in this life, that when you hear the name of something, you'll think about it, even if you've never been there. What you probably would then think about is things that you've heard from other people. For example, if I say God, many people will think about things that they probably have heard from others, that maybe never even experienced actually or heard from him themselves. For example, many people, when they hear the word God, they immediately think religion, which is actually quite ironic and funny to me, since he never talked about that at all. In fact, if you really want to know what God is like, if you really want to know who he is and what he's like, what he does, then you need to look at Jesus. Because Jesus actually came into this world with the very reason, the very purpose was to show us what God is like, to show us who he is, what he's like, and what he would do. And so what was he like? Was he bringing a religion? Not at all. In fact, he was coming in and just loving on people. He wasn't telling them what was wrong with them. He wasn't telling them how they had to fix themselves up. Do you know that he would even go and sit and eat with like the worst of the worst? I mean, he would even go sit and with people who they called the tax collectors, like the most corrupt people at the time, the most hated people, even with prostitutes, with anyone. If you want to know what God is like, he says, look at Jesus. You know, every sick person who came to him, he never turned them away. He never asked them if they were good enough, but simply healed and did miracles to anyone who came and wanted to receive from him. You imagine, he fed the poor. He was so giving and kind. He was such a cool guy that crowds would come after him. They would all invite him and just hang out with him and sit and have meals with him. He was powerful. He was almighty. He was God. Yet he was so approachable to man. If you want to know what God is like, then you look at Jesus. Don't hear from someone who said, you know, it's like me. Maybe I would never come to this town, Malacca, if I heard from other people. If they said, oh, it's not worth your time, you know, oh, don't go there and do that. Sometimes we have all these preconceived ideas of what something will be like just because of what someone else said. You know, there's so many things you can look up today. People look up on the internet. For example, I love apps like TripAdvisor, but you know what? Some of my favorite restaurants never even make it on the app. Some of my favorite places aren't even there. It's all just what someone else said. And my message to you today is, don't just have preconceived ideas about something as important, especially as who God is, just because of what someone else said and someone else did. You may think it's a religion, but it's not. He's not asking you to follow religion, a cult, to follow certain rules and things, but all he wants is for you to know him, actually have a relationship with him. And how you can see that and how you can experience it is all through the person of Jesus, which he sent down. Thank you so much for your time today, and I hope that this message gets through to you and you get to experience what he is truly like, not just for someone else, but for yourself today.